So hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at this T-34-85 in 135 scale from Italeri. This is the World of Tanks version. Not exactly the one I wanted, but it's cheaper, so maybe it'll do. I'll probably just use different decals on it, but I don't know. I think about putting some from the World of Tanks on it too, maybe. So this kit comes with a book, some information on different tanks. Panzer 5, Panther. Leopard 1. Type 59. T-34-85. Pretty cool. It also came with a big poster that has like vehicle identification on it. Here's our instruction sheet. It's kind of like the normal Revell ones, but more with some extra color there. Here's our parts map. Then we have 5 sprues of plastic plus 4 pieces of poly track. So as you see here, we have a multi-part hull. The bottom, the sides, here the front. Then we put the sprocket, the road wheels, and the idler wheel on. Do the same thing on the other side. So here we do the shackles and the toe panels here, and the track. Here we build this hatch that goes in the front. In D we build this tank here that goes on the side. Then here we have, our extra track. More of these tow hooks, lights, this whole machine gun, put the hatch on, more extra track, and this tool, track tool, looks like a horn or something, toolbox, fuel tank, and this toolbox too. Number 5, we have the back plate here with our extra fuel plus our exhaust. Here building the fuel tanks. Then number 6, we're working on the top of the hull. We put these fuel tanks on the side, the rails, another toolbox, and this vent here. Put the back on with these parts on the inside too, and the engine hatch here. So number 7, we're working on the turret. We got a piece to put on the bottom here. This is a pre-assembly for down here, so it's kind of out of order. These are the fuel tanks here. Then we have our rotator piece for the gun tube panel, gun tube, and the end piece. And then here, we start on the top of the turret. Mostly some railings here and these little round things. I'm not really sure what those are for. And here we build the turret together. Put the gun in the bottom of the top together. We got some more detail parts here. The 2 hatches on top. Some more railings here and more of these other small detail parts. Number 8, we're putting everything together. We got some shovels that go on there, and our tow cables. And just put the turret on the top. Put the top on the bottom. Then here we have our camouflage. We have a winter pattern here. Here's a summer camouflage pattern with olive drab and black. Olive drab and brown, I mean. And desert camo with, this is flat Panzer Dunkelgelb, which they don't use that. They use more of a yellow color. Flat olive drab and flat chuckle brown. And then we have our decal instructions here. So here's a decal sheet. So we've got a lot of these symbols from World of Tanks. We also have some small stars and iron crosses and some wording there too. I can barely read it. Like Rudy. Some stuff in Japanese it looks like. It's all for mostly World of Tanks stuff. At least this would work for a normal one though. For Moscow, I'm pretty sure that says. in 4. I don't remember. I don't know what that is. But there's some stuff in Russian that would work for a Russian version instead of a World War Tanks version. Italeri decals are usually pretty good too. So here we have sprue A. This has our most of our hull pieces here, as well as the shovels, the hatch, and stuff here. The sides here are pretty flat, but it has some decent bolt holes here. The bottom is plain, there's no hatches or nothing on the bottom. I think it has good bolts and hinges here on the back part too. On the front looks okay. The shovels, I don't know, they're okay I guess, but could be better. These are sprue B. See, we have our spare track and our road wheels, sprockets, and idler wheels. This case here. Also, our tow cables are here, and they look okay. The bolt heads here are really small. I think this extra track looks okay though. It's better than the poly. So here we have sprue C. It has a top of a hole, the engine vent, and the machine gun emplacement. It looks okay, but it doesn't have any texture. And there's some texture here on the front, but not on the sides. The detail is decent. I'm pretty sure there's better ones out there though. Then here we have sprue D. We have our turret there. The turret has some cast texture to it, especially in the bottom. The bottom has more, but I've also seen better cast texture. We have our fuel tank parts, our gun mantle, our hatches, more extra track in the infantry rails. So here's our poly track. It's 4 pieces. I really don't like this kind of poly track. It's not very stable. If you're going to use poly, the single pieces are better, I think. But you just gotta use some super glue on it, melt those pins in. It'll be okay in the end. So this model kit, it's not so great really. The decals will be okay. I'm not so worried about that, but there's a lot of lack of texture in it. The hole in the turret needs more texture to it, and I think some of the details are pretty soft too. Don't like the track so much. There's probably a lot better ones out there, even maybe from Italeri, I'm not really sure. But I'll still be building this and see how it turns out. So join me next time when we'll take a look at this Type 97 TK, I don't know, from Fine Mold's 135 scale. An old Japanese tank, pretty cool. Thanks for watching, until then, bye.